Hello Halloween fans, I'm your host Douglas here at Drown Blade Productions and you're watching the 31 Days of Trick or Treat. If you're just now joining us for this event, every single day for 31 days we'll be taking a look at a new item by Trick or Treat Studios, starting on Halloween and ending December 1st. We are currently in the third week of the 31 Days of Trick or Treat, and so far this week we've looked at some really awesome pieces. The first day we took a look at the Haunted Mask, then we took a look at another R.L. Stine classic with a Skull Mask Killer from Fear Street, and then the Billy Barker Mask, also from Fear Street. After that, we took a look at another childhood classic with the Iron Giant. And yesterday, we took a look at something a bit off the course, not a mask, some Halloween signs. And today's item is another one most of you likely enjoyed during your childhood as well. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Fatso costume from Killer Klowns from Outer Space made by Trick or Treat Studios. Now for those of you interested in seeing a full costume video, we won't be doing that today. This is just taking a look at the actual costume they're selling. So there's no mask with this, there's no gloves with this, it's just the clown suit. I do intend to get the Killer Klowns masks from Trick or Treat Studios at some point. I've only owned the shorty in the past, but the full lineup looks awesome. For Fatso, however, I think I may be getting a casting from the original screen use mold, which is why I went ahead and grabbed this costume to maybe put together a life size. I guess we'll see. What can I say about Killer Klowns? It is an awesome horror movie with the perfect amount of spooky and cheesy. Recently, this franchise has seen a huge resurgence. A lot more people have started becoming fans of the franchise, or people who never really gave it a shot beforehand have actually started enjoying it. And we've seen, of course, an influx of merchandise in stores, whether it be Spirit Halloween, or, of course, products through Trick or Treat Studios. There's been talks of a sequel or possibly a series for years now. Hopefully we will see that soon, but there's currently a video game on the horizons. But let's go ahead and take a look at this costume. We're not here to talk about the history of Killer Klowns, no matter how awesome it may be. The packaging for this thing is great. You've got the original poster artwork there of the world spinning on the tip of the clown's finger. Of course, nice big logo, Fatso costume, one size fits all, and then you've got your copyright stuff down there, really nothing to note. And of course you have an image of the person wearing the Trick or Treat Studios mask with this costume. Give you guys a quick, decent close-up. Looks to be a pretty nice costume. It does look to be missing the collar, unfortunately, so that's something I may have to source separately, or just make. But let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open. Alright, directly out of the packaging. Here it is. Alright, it looks like it pretty much immediately falls into shape. And overall, I mean, it looks to be pretty nice. The print is like a little bit faint. Just a little bit faint. It has that printed quality to it, but it's not poor quality. It looks very, very nice. The quality of the fabric seems to be pretty decent. It has a zipper in the back as well. I mean, the pattern's just pretty much repeating over the entire thing. There's not a whole lot of details to note, so I guess I'm just going to have to jump into this thing. Catch me wearing this thing on a Saturday night out. This is going to be kind of goofy because you guys can't currently see me from like the waist down, but I can lift it up, or you probably already saw it. There's like some wiring, I think it's wiring, that's sewn into like the midsection, right around your waist, I guess, or at least for me that's where it fits. That will make the costume expand out and look wider to kind of give that fat look. It looks pretty decent, but if you wanted to, you could stuff it a bit more on the inside. Either you could just like stuff the inside of the costume like plastic bags or something, or you could just actually use some kind of foam padding to give it a little bit more of a realistic look instead of just like a hula hoop inside of the costume. It doesn't look bad, but I mean, I guess obviously, are you really trying to convince someone that you're really, really an outer space killer clown? Or is it supposed to be a fun Halloween costume? Overall, the quality of it seems pretty nice though. There's elastic here in the wrists. Like I said, there's that piece of wire that's sewn in the middle to kind of make it look expanded and I guess more fat or chubby. Because this character also, I've noticed that he kind of keeps flip-flopping between being called Fatso and chubby on merchandise. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's just the terminology. They're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I mean, it's a large killer clown from outer space, bud. Zipper works great. It was very easy to get into, and once you get it zipped up, it's nice and tight here around the neck. Not too tight, but it's not like super wide open or anything. It's not going to come open very easy. The only real complaint I have about this costume, the only one I can reasonably think of, is that the costume is a little bit like thin opacity wise. I'm sure most of you can probably see it in the video. I don't know how well it comes through, but you can see through this for sure. Like, I can see the pattern on my shirt and all that through here. So if you're wearing one of these for your full costume, you might want to wear like a white long sleeve underneath, just to help out with like the white fleshy skin color. I kind of wish Trick or Treat Studios would offer the neck piece as well, whether it be separately or maybe with a version of the mask, kind of like how with the Papa 2 they did normal Papa 2, but then you can get the one where the miter's already sewn on. Maybe they could do that where you can get the normal clown masks or get the clown mask with the bib. Because even if you get the nice mask from them and you get the nice costume from them, you will still need that neck piece to kind of hide that seam line for the costume. So that's something you're going to have to find on your own regardless at this point. Maybe they're just too expensive to produce, but if they could make them, I could see that being something people would be extremely happy with. And also, clown hands. They have nice masks, but no clown hands. At least currently. But at least for now, there's really not a good source for killer clown hands. There's a couple of independent artists that do some really great looking ones, but as far as mass produced, the best thing that I have seen people come up with, so if you're just trying to do a costume and you're on a budget, is like the large cartoonish like Mickey Mouse fluffy hands. People have taken those and then used a little bit of puff paint to add some of the details on it to make it look more like the killer clown hands. I almost forgot, but it's time we go ahead and read the excerpt from the Trick or Treat Studios website, so let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, it says it was designed by Trick or Treat Studios. There's no artist in specific that's named. Trick or Treat Studios is proud to present the official Killer Klowns from Outer Space Fatso Halloween costume. Designed by Trick or Treat Studios and using countless screenshots and numerous pictures of the actual screen-used costume, which we took at Monsterpalooza, this is without a doubt the most screen-accurate Killer Clown Fatso costume ever produced. As for the price on these, they're running you $50, which isn't too terrible. I really wish that they were maybe a little bit more expensive and had the neck piece, but overall for that price, it's really not too bad. I guess there's not a whole lot left to say about this. Chubby is not my favorite killer clown, but he's definitely one of the more iconic ones. Of course, we see him come into the spaceship and take a straw and stick it into one of these. By the way, this is a screen-used Killer Klowns from Outer Space cotton candy cocoon. For those of you who are watching who have never seen my video on it, I do have a full video talking about this thing. But really, I would say that's probably the most iconic scene with that character is whenever he's drinking out of the cotton candy cocoon. And then you see how his overindulgence gave him his namesake. But yeah, with that being said, there's really not too much left to talk about. I guess I'll give you guys some nice shots of the costume, worn and unworn. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and the rest of the 31 days of Trick or Treat. I love you all. Thank you for watching and see you next time.